Hello and welcome to a new week of how to make your decision making a little simpler. We're going to talk about the power of perspective today. This is where we understand and get insights on how to improve our relationships and become more efficient in problem solving in personal and professional settings. So, before we begin, just take a deep breath so you can bring all your awareness into the here and now. Ooh, perfect. All right, let's continue on. So, our perspective is a lens through which we view the whole world, and it shifts with our view. So, if I see it with glasses or without, in fact, where you see me with glasses and without glasses also change your perspective about me, right? Glasses, Saurabh ek tarah ka. Without glasses, Saurabh dusri tarah ka. All right, so having said that, let's go deeper into this session and understand how we can reduce conflict, bring empathy into our lives, and shift the challenges in our decision making. Think about a recent challenge or disagreement. Do you see it only from your point of view? So just think, लास्ट टाइम जब लड़ाई हुई, कंफ्लिक्ट हुआ घर पे बाहर, बच्चों के साथ, बीवी के साथ, हस्बैंड के साथ, with friends or family, with your office colleagues, did you just talk about your point of view or did you see their point of view as well? Did you try to understand their perspective or just focused on what you desired? Keep that in mind as we continue on with this session. Arya, let's move forward. Why does perspective matter? Our perspective shapes how we interpret situations and make decisions. It's influenced by our experiences, beliefs, and emotions. Here is why expanding our perspective is so powerful because when we look at something from a different angle, there's actually a Hollywood movie, I think it was called Point of View or Overview. Go watch it. It shows you the same scene happening from 20 different people's sides and how everything changes. It creates a new angle when you're looking at situations. So, seeing something from here versus seeing something from here is completely different. It's like bird's eye view. When you're within a storm, you will not know how to get out. But if you're observing the storm from the top, you can actually tell the person at the bottom how to get out of it. In relationships, it helps seeing others' point of view and creates a stronger bond, reducing conflict. And of course, when in decision making, because you consider various points of view, your whole risk to making a bad decision reduces and making a good decision increases. Let's ask you a question now and ask yourself this. Have you ever changed your perspective? You must have heard this line, walk in their shoes. And when you do that, you may have found, by the way, something more unique than what you thought you wanted. And that changed something in you, helped you create a decision which was far more fruitful. Think of it for a second. And speaking about stepping into somebody else's shoes, let's practice this too. Okay, so ready? Let's give your shoulder a little move, left, right. Oh, left, right. Well, I was doing from your perspective, but my left and my right, your left and your right. Okay, let's begin. Think of the scenario. You're leading a team project and one team member is not meeting deadlines. If you are a work at home person who's taking care of the household, think of your household staff not doing something you wanted in time for a party, or tuition teacher not coming in, your child getting delayed of their preparations for their exams, or your child saying, I will do it tomorrow. And you're like, no, homework is due tomorrow. So why are you not doing it today? You have to do it today. Tomorrow, we may have to go for a party, then what will you do? So all of these perspectives are there for you. बाहर घर जहां भी आप ट्राई करें. This is an extremely important scenario to look at. When you want something done by a certain time period, but a certain person is not doing it and delaying things, what will you feel? The person is unprofessional and holding the team back. Or my child is procrastinating, become lazy. Oh, the help at home is useless. Perspective. Their perspective. I am overwhelmed with something else in my mind and I am afraid to ask for help. What is this perspective of the people around you? How can we support? This third perspective is an extremely important perspective. When somebody delays something, please go deeper. Just go deeper. Or even ask them to share with you. Why the delay? What's causing it? So sometimes in cold weather, we don't realize that we didn't turn on the kitchen geyser. So when the help is trying to clean, they're feeling very cold and they don't want to fall sick. They are also human beings. Or at work, they may have a personal issue going on. Ask them. Look from their perspective rather than creating a judgment and see what happens. How does situation suddenly change and shift? Shifting perspective isn't natural. What's natural is for us to keep our point of view intact. But here are some tips that you can use to help shift your perspective without pushing yourself too hard. Ask questions. What am I missing here? What is that other person doing or saying that I cannot see? Understand the other person's point of view. Get multiple viewpoints of what may be the cause. Step back. In spirituality, they say you are the observer. Here, observe the situation as if it's not happening to you, but happening to your body and this person's body. And finally, see yourself in the other person's shoes. What are they feeling or experiencing? Doing this simple exercise will completely transform your perspective in asking and answering questions. Isn't it? Just try it out. And of course, share in our group of what transformed for you when you tried this change of perspective yourself. I am Saurabh, I'm your facilitator. I'll be back next week with the next session.